Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Oh, let's jump right in, guys. We can't solve them if we don't start them. All right, so if you remember, there were some plants stolen, I think. And we were hoping to get some free plants for our bees. That's the only reason we're looking into this shit. I doubt it's going to recap it. I guess we could hit restart and watch it. Oh, punched the mic. I guess there's no restart. Oh, that's what this does. Bet that we need this. So what are we doing here?
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
What to say? These folks, who are these guys? They seem to have a heated discussion.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
I am.
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert!
He doesn't like
Show
Albert
these
too
gentlemen
much.
where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
It's it? 3 people work there?
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
He sounds a
Thank
little
you.
upset.
Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The 2 of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse
Yeah,
us for the
so they were kind of
intrusion.
close. John.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
All right. Yeah.
What should
Murder.
we do next, Holmes?
Let's look around. Yeah, he's fucking... Oh.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
All those?
Do not touch.
Yeah. Somebody listened to that sign, didn't they?
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Do you really need to put a do not touch on plants? I suggest
According to
over here.
Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Oh, what do we got? Some fragments.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
A flower pot.
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Tell that by just looking at it. Oh! Let's go back and look at our frags.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Broken pot. That's not what I wanted to click on. The broken pot.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
What does that tell us?
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
The lock all busted out too? Yes, it
The
was.
esconsson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Oh,
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent. The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
and a stone chip.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Okay, so there's gonna be a broken...
These windows were
Statue
perfectly
somewhere.
cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Alright, so something's afoot. Alright, I just came back on, so that means I missed something, eh?
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Some fucking blood too, homie.
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
Oh, we look at the footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places.
I fucking love water.
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Well... Okay, so you broke the door. Then he knocked over the pot. Then he fell on the fence, I guess. Works for me. It wasn't very complicated there.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
I think it was a murder. Perform an autopsy on Montague Dunn. That's suspicious. Why had he forced the door of the Colonial Collection Room? Why had someone cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or a simple accident? So we're gonna go to the police station. Let's go to the yard. Well, that was quick. Our pony was riding pretty hard. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy, then. It's ready for autopsy, then.
Where's our boy? There he is. Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Okay, that's Lestrade's office. Let's pop down here. Is that not him? Oh, there it is. Alright, we cut this dude up.
Let us carry out an external examination.
Alright, let's start at the head. What is this?
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
Check those eyes.
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from
Look
the
at that
lungs
mustache.
carries a faint floral aroma.
Almost nipples.
There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
I mean, I wanted to look at his nipples, Sherlock. Damn, dude.
Nothing suspicious here.
Nothing suspicious here.
No redness, stings, or bruises. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
You don't need to look at his feet, legs, dick, none of that. Just go right to cutting them open. All right, Sherlock, you crazy son of a bitch. Okay.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs.
That's what your stomach looks like, eh?
There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
Let's put it right back in there, buddy.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction.
I mean, if all he did get to play with plants all day, I don't really blame him.
The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Vows. You're right.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
How we doing, Jill?
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Oh, I don't know what that fucking means. Oh, what is that?
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Just plop it back in there. It makes a little squirting
The
noise.
suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No.
There is
we
no
also have
lies
people
in that
working
statement.
at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs.
Let's go.
Yes, Watson. It is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Crazy son of a bitch. He just got to cut somebody up. That's why. Poisoning. He was trapped in there. Dunn was poisoned. After being trapped in Colonial Collection room by the killer, Montague Dunn was affected by inhaling a virulent vegetal poison. The guy said that right. I probably didn't, because reading is hard.
Let's go to the evidence room, Holmes.
Let's go. Come on. What do we got? Check out the watch.
This watch is of great value.
Okay, then that's all you want to say about that? How about the pen?
A beautiful feather pen of a good make. A membership card for the London Crest Club.
The London Crest Club? That sounds like my kind of place. Dear Mr. F. Wayne, Director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company, my friend, your posters for the great exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it's surely unnecessary to mention all of the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. What a fucking dick. But now what? We talk to Lestrade?
Locked.
Is Lestrade ever fucking here?
Locked.
We're done in the morgue, alright. I guess. No, wrong button. We can search our archives. Let's go and get that done. So we're a little bit more prepared for talking to these plant nerds. That sounds like a good idea to me. I don't hear everybody arguing, so kiss off. Rare plants. That be under chemistry?
That is not the one I need.
Hemlock seeds.
That is not the one I need.
Atropella
That is not the
belladonna.
one I need. That is not the one I need.
I think maybe, yeah. Oh, these plants have a certain toxicity in common, more or less variable. Dianara, carnivorous, Carlina, but what the fuck ever. Only the first three can be dangerous to humans, particularly Florum diabolica, but only under very specific conditions. The plants should react to the process of aggression against which it would issue deadly spores. Yeah, who knew botany, Jill? Just who knew?
Here it is.
Who knew? All right. Deadly plants stolen and they were poisoned. So somebody stole the murder weapon. The killer may be those who stole exotic plants, including the deadly species from the last exhibition at Kew Gardens. Theft and murder. Murder and theft. All right, let's go back to the queue. Now that we know what we're up against. I really think it's awesome that he's holding the same book we looked through. At least right here. They're telling us we can look through it. Alright, we need to find the stolen plants. Find the plant that was used to kill. Split the Kew Gardens to fill in and gather information and find out who killed it. Alright. Let's talk to this fuckface. Because he sure was being a dick to the guy, the kid. And his dad, Pops, died away 2 days ago. Alright, he's got some cheap spectacles. He's got a dirty mouth. A dirty collar, I mean. He's just fucking dirty. He's missing a button. Alright, toys in their hands. His dick is fine. Alright. Really? All we got out of that is got cheap glasses.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
There's 3 people.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
What was his lifestyle?
You mentioned that
drunk,
Mr. Dunn
right?
led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And...
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Nothing wrong with that. What's up with those bad
Tell me,
plants?
Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Take a look at the map. Where's Dora?
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory. Nursery.
Okay. Seed house.
Seed house.
Ventilation system.
Ventilation system.
Dry tropics.
Dry tropics.
Water lily greenhouse.
Water lily greenhouse.
Yeah, I don't trust that dude. He is kind of creepy. Palm house.
Palm house.
Colonial collection.
Colonial collection.
Colonial collection.
Colonial collection.
It's just a good way to practice your British accent. Oh, what did we miss? It's still white. Because that means we're going to need it again? I don't know. Usually means we missed looking at something. Alright, let's get out of the way, Watson.
Locked.
Better let me in.
Locked.
The fuck is this shit? Alright, give me some keys, homie.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before. And now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
Thank you, Mr.
And I
Hamish.
think that's
We shall continue
why
our
you
investigation.
killed him. Homeboy said he was going to be in the room attached to the greenhouse. Ah,
Can I help you, gentlemen?
I'm going to take a peek around this side of the room first. And over in this corner. Why don't you come down from there, dude? Or just we be hanging out on the ladder? Come on down. Oh, let's take them out first. Only got 3 of them. Something about his grief, red eyes, swept recently, consumed by grief. Cut himself shaving. Who does that? I couldn't tell you last time I did that. And he's unmarried. No, he's clean hands. You good, Fish? Alright, what's up with Miss
Who
White?
is Miss Margaret White?
Oh, come here.
Ah,
little
she is the
scoundrel.
young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses.
Going?
In fact, she should be here
Why are
today.
you wet? That's probably
She wanted to
piss,
work
isn't
at the
it?
seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
That's fucking gross. Just rub that shit in.
Do you work here?
No, you work
Yes,
here.
but part-time only. For I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Oh, what a guy.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
He cleaned it out.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
So with Pops.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over.
Go lay down.
Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his
ass.
path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens.
Don't put your
And I
ass
can
in my
do it.
mouse. Come on.
I can be as good as any other who works
You
here.
have a bed right there. Why don't you lay on the bed? Christ.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy
Anybody
director?
want a cat?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact,
I can see
if
you
we are to
moving
think
shit,
logically at
fish.
all,
Come on.
should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
Then why would you be in
I
charge
see.
then, dude?
And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit
Where
for
the fuck's
himself.
Nibbler at?
But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Give me the keys.
Do you hold the
me the keys,
keys
you
to
fucking
all of these
cocksucker.
locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
Yeah, we'll be back for those later.
Thank you, young man.
We'll be back for those later. Alright, so... No? I just did them all. Okay. We got another clue then? Alright. Now we got keys to the joint. Let's go ransack it. We're starting in this office. Right here. All the booze. Some wine.
French wine. A remarkable vintage. Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
Well, he did have an enlarged liver. So he liked his drink.
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to cold. They've named it Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. He'll show up right where we're signing off and be like, "Hey, why are you quitting so early?" His hats, his gloves. Look at that telephone. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. Wow. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I'll give you back your freedom, and wish you nothing but good luck. Who's Margaret? Is that Margaret White? We haven't met her yet. We even have her character profile yet? We don't. Oh, a photograph.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Oh, let's crack it. Okay. Fish, you're clicking shit on my computer. Is it 2, 2, 2, and 2? No, it is not. So that's 2. Then we go 3. And let's go 4. Disconcerting. They like trolled me. Like I was so sure we had it. Alright, we just gotta finish it off. They got lazy on the puzzle, is what it sounds like. There we go, fishy. Get your butt out of the way. Alright. What's in the box? My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plants. Our duty is to protect such species and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purpose. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14, 1889, so I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permission on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you in Boodles on Tuesday, as always. The fuck is Boodles? Not a reading. Mr. Dunn, we must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. We do not have any right to hold them imprisoned. You do not have the right to put them imprisoned. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. You are hiding behind lies. The lie we will not elaborate. That was reported in the press as the case of June 14th, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent, whatever. But be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trusted you, and we regret having done so. His sisters. Is he a kidnapper?
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
The debt of Miss Margaret White to Miss Montague Dunn. Rental of suite of rooms at Oxford Street. An educational scholarship at London University. Credits opened at Hamilton. Radigan House Tailors and Bard & Sons Luxury Jewelers. Ooh. She owed money. Why would you fire someone who owed you a shit ton of money? Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Montague Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. I think we need to go find this Miss White. Maybe that douchebag's off the hook.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
Ooh, that's a burn. A wet bottle trace.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
I think that's what we're onto here there, John.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby! Let's continue to look around. And then we'll go get Toby.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Oh, we can listen to it?
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
I don't think we're getting anything fun.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Evidence required. So we're going to find one of those things.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
I mean, do they need that big of a cabinet? Just saying, you know, a little bit in there. They got a big old cabinet.
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
Okay. He said he was in school. We got anything up at the top? No.
Gloves. Waterproof aprons. Everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
They must there, Watson. Hey, we're missing some stuff here, though.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Looks like I'm missing something else, too. Whoa, what was that? Anything good? No. Okay, we examine a missing place.
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
Stupid. Look at the whole fit, man.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's get to the outside. I hit the wrong button. Okay, that's good there. what do we need to get? Okay, there's one in the middle. It's just kind of chilling. Alright, well, I fucked something up. Alright. These usually don't give me any fucking trouble. Let's get that back in place there. What do those arrows mean? Okay, can we restart this thing? Back out. Alright, let's just reboot it. Because that changes everything. Aha! See what happens when you actually know how the puzzle actually works.
Open.
Alright, ain't no fucking privacy rights.
Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
He wants to be a seaman. Oh, was he
A
rejected?
rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
That sucks. Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry exams, you are unable to invite you to the Royal Navy School. Your father, Mr. Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust you to the directorship of the Royal Botanical Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all your wishes for your future. Our best wishes for your future. Wow. I'm thinking Albert killed his dad.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Alright, Hamish.
Martin Hamish's locker. Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
A letter from Martin Hamish. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens obliged me to renew my application for the management position. As I stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation, my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and I was happy to comply. But now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of an inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead, and free my mind from this uncertainty. Alright, so he was looking...
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
So he really cares. Who are these guys?
Father and I, Kew Gardens. Miss White's locker.
Miss White's.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Dear Mother and Father, I am writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I anticipated. I fear, therefore, I may not be able to manage in the long term. And although we've had our disagreements in the past, would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? What a bitch. She did it.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
But she said she's broke. So part of the loan was to buy that shit. I know, dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might help me, if you would accept my help. Albert. Alright, so Albert was trying to give her cash.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
We're gonna look inside of it. You know what it is? Oh, they answered her back. We were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left, and without any thought of us? Have you ever shared with us any details of your success at university, but you choose to do so now? We suppose that you must be ashamed of us, for we are not of the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, and as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromised their reputations, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Wow. Quit what? Quit yawning? I can't help it. It's about bedtime. Alright, I think we're good here, aren't we? Do we just need to check this table? No? We're supposed to go get Toby. I said we go meet Miss White first. She's gotta be around here somewhere, right?
Nursery.
Nursery. Oh, Watson, come on.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
What do we got? What do we got? Anything? Some posters.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
The University of Oxford Botanical Garden.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
Alright, so is this like his office then?
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
What is that?
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Ooh, we almost missed the work desk. How could we do that? Yeah.
A thesis.
It is
written by
contagious.
Martin
I'll make
Hamish.
myself yawn. What did it say?
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Why you sound so surprised, Sherlock? He's totally passionate about this shit.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
Great deduction. I didn't want to close the window. I wanted the window to stay open. I got another one for you. That was a big one.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Hey, I got good news about Tex Murphy. There is background music. I just had to fix some shit to make it work. And it does. Yay. Alright, we got nothing in here but baby seeds.
Locked.
Whatever.
Open.
Open. And this must be Miss White. Let's fucking snoop around first.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
Alright, so somebody had to be in Hamish's room. Kill him. Apparently, right? Isn't that what they're trying to hint at?
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants. These
Yeah,
leather
Alberts?
gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
Some receipts or something there.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
That lady doesn't, doesn't care. There's some strange dude just walking around, digging through everything. Even Watson's probably like, are you gonna talk to her, dude? Margaret White.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Oh,
I am honored to make your
plants.
acquaintance,
Is he actually
gentlemen.
talking about plants, or is he
My
talking about
name is
something
Margaret
else?
White.
Is Watson putting a move on her?
Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Well, matter of fact, that I am. Let's check out that brooch. No, but her neck. Oh, she smells good, is what that's supposed to say. Oh, ooh. Oh, I thought she had some kind of rash. Alright, I won't blame her for being poor. What about her titties? Anything on her titties? No. There's always something on the face. Oh, it's unmarried. Her hands again. Right? You know what that says? Yeah, there it is. Stupid.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
You forgot about it?
Quite understandable that
Just
you might
forgot
forget
about it.
about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
She's fucking lying. He wasn't a good man. Nobody has said anything good about this dude.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology
All right,
student
so-
at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
She's fucking.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I
Well,
might
look
carry
who
out my
finally
studies
decided to
without
show up.
disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Obvious. Can we talk to her again?
Poor Mr. Montague Dunn. It is so awful.
And she also said that he was nice.
There is a smell of burning.
Who's burning shit? Saw something on the bottom there.
This symbol is from the Divine Syndicate. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
Why would you try and burn it?
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned.
It's like a fly trap.
A protective mask.
Got any hair in there?
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. The remains of a picture frame.
There's all kinds of shit in this fucking bonfire.
A broom handle was half burned.
Who's gonna use a lawnmower out like that? Man, I'm glad we don't have lawnmowers like that still. Although you can buy them. Am I stuck in here? Was I not supposed to go that way? The map of Kew Gardens.
Seed house.
Seed house. Let's open up the wicket. What is this? A water tank.
A water tank.
All right, thanks, Sherlock.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings. A ventilation system. It should regulate the...
All right, it is an object of interest. Okay, we came out of that door. Let's just make sure there's nothing out here. Alright, so Albert's trying to fuck Miss White. But I think she's was fucking done and he got tired of it. Like his pops. What are our missions actually right now? Find the plants, find out who killed, use Toby. Alright, so we're just really waiting for Toby.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Where's that cable go? Look at the hose. Alright, so we've gone first full circle. Oh, I saw a little screwy. Can you do anything in there? Alright. Something tells me that's where the fumes went.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Let me look at the
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
We haven't gone full circle yet. We haven't been through here. Yeah, so we know you're trying to bang Margaret.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
No, not at all.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
So we broke into your
You
ship.
truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
Sure, this guy's got something he can sell us now. And then we'll go get Toby.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave.
So is this guy just trying to push the finger at Albert?
That is, except for Miss Margaret White. who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
We got a picture of you or something.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to...
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping
Drinking
your
that
father?
Miller.
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Well, then what are you worried about it? If his dad
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall
If your pops didn't matter. Whoa, we got lots of stuff. Now, under Albert's humiliation and Albert's ambition. Albert had a motive to kill his father. Dunn had thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Royal Navy. By killing his father, Albert could have had his revenge and eventually succeeded his father's place. Why wouldn't he just go join the Navy? What do we got here? Margaret White's studies and social situation were clearly dependent on Montague Dunn's wealth. That is absolutely true. Oh, we're gonna go back in there. Come on, move it out of the way. Just gonna fucking try everything. Hey, we got one. Hamish said motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had taken all the credit for all their work. Hamish wished he could take over the directorship of Kew Gardens, but he knew that would be impossible with Dunn still alive. So we don't have a motive for White yet. Is that everything? That's everything. Alright. So we still don't have a motive for her yet. Maybe go talk to her again. Maybe we can get a motive out of her. She was in here, I think, right? No, she was through here. She's way back here.
Kew Gardens is
Nope.
such an exciting place. Wouldn't you agree?
Alright, let's go get Toby. But we're not really going to get Toby because we're going to call it a night. Call it a week. Whatever you want to say. I appreciate everybody for coming out, guys. Well, we got 5 people watching right now. Fuck, of course we're leaving. We got Jillian. Shut up. We got Selena. We got Nibbler. Well, we kind of had Nibbler. He said hey. And then he was gone. It's all good. I'll watch it on repeat. Drop a like if you haven't already. Drop a sub if you're new.